Welcome to the Athletes Canvas channel, where the athletes display their God-given gift, talent, and ability. You want to talk about the English Premier League Roundup. This is the English Premier League Roundup. We will talk about teams, preview, views, and stats and analysis where the English Premier League team is concerned. The English Premier League is the best league in the world. The English Premier League is the most exciting league in the world. The English Premier League is the most physical league in the world. When you want to watch a good game of football, look no further than the English Premier League. So let's jump right into it and let us talk about the game that's going to play tomorrow and Sunday. First game coming up is West Ham versus Sunderland. West Ham will be playing Sunderland, and Sunderland is a newly promoted team. Sunderland, they are mid-table, and West Ham, they are in the relegation zone. Yes, West Ham, they are in relegation zone. They are all the way into 19th position. They are in 19th position. So they're all the way back in the relegation zone. Yeah, you have, all these teams. West Ham is in 18th position. Yes, 18th position. West Ham, they're in 18th position, while Sunderland, they are in 9th position. So these are the two teams that are going to play tomorrow, and I would say West Ham, they have all to lose. They don't want to get relegated. They are fighting, and I think they might just pull off this one and beat Sunderland. But Sunderland, they are playing very well, and they must be doing something well to be in a 9th position. They are a newly promoted team, and they are in 9th position. At one stage of the Premier League, Sunderland was in 4th, but now they found themselves into 9th position. All right, let's jump right to the next game. The next game we have is Fulham versus Brighton. Fulham versus Brighton. Yeah, Fulham versus Brighton. And I would say this game have draw written all over it. But for some reason, Brighton, they always get the job done. They always get the job done when it matters most. And I think Brighton might just pull it off. The next game we have is Burnley versus Tottenham. And if, let's use the word if Burnley should upset Tottenham, I think Thomas Frank, the Tottenham coach, he will get his marching order. I think he will be sacked if Burnley should beat Tottenham. And it could go either way. If Tottenham beat Burnley, I think Scott Parker, which is the Burnley coach, he might get sacked. But get sacked and go where? Or who gonna come to take up Burnley and turn him around? Burnley just get promoted to the Premier League, and they find it real tough. Anyway, I think Tottenham would get the job done and beat Burnley. The next game we have is Manchester City versus Wolves. Wolves are at the bottom of the table. Wolves are at the bottom of the table. And I can't see Wolves go to the Etihad and come away with a point, much less a win. I can't see it. I just can't see it. If this happens, this would be a miracle. Manchester City, They are chasing the title, and there's no way, no how I think Wolves can win this game. It will take a miracle for Wolves to win this game. Anyway, they always said the ball is round. So, Wolves, they might win, but I can't see it. I can't see it. But this game, I will say Manchester City will win this game and beat Wolves. The next game we have is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Either way, they have a clash tomorrow between Bournemouth versus Liverpool. And I think that Liverpool have enough quality to win this game. Liverpool have enough quality to come out on top to win this game. So this game, I am saying Liverpool will win this game over Bournemouth. The next game we have is Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Crystal Palace, they are in turmoil because Mateta said he want to leave this January transfer window. The coach want to leave at the end of the season. They sold their top defender to Manchester City. So Crystal Palace, they are in turmoil, and they have to be careful because if all these things is going on, you might just lose focus and drift to the bottom of the table. You never know. You have to get your head in the game. So Crystal Palace, this is my warning. You have to focus. You have to focus. You sell Mark Gahey. What's his replacement? What is his replacement? You have to replace him, because if you don't, then you're going to find yourself in big trouble. Alright, let's move on to the game that playing on Sunday. Sunday, you have Newcastle versus Aston Villa. And this game, Newcastle, when you go to Newcastle to play, it's like a war. These guys, they turn up, they show up, and they show out. Newcastle, when they're at home, they are a different team when they are at home. When they are at home, they are a different team. A lot of teams come to Newcastle and find it difficult. They run them over and beat them. So, but this game, Aston Villa got a lot of quality, and I don't think that Newcastle can just run over Aston Villa. Aston Villa is in third position or second position, and they're there not because they're just there. They're there because they're playing good football. So, right now, this game is a very difficult game to call, but I think this game might end up a draw. The next game we have is Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. And I think Nottingham Forest might just comes out on top. Yeah, I think Nottingham Forest might comes out on top. Nottingham Forest, they are hovering over the relegation zone. They are hovering over the relegation zone, and that's not good. That's not a good sign. Because one moment you can out, one moment you can in, based on the fixtures, based on how you play, based on how you win or you lose. The next game we have is Everton versus Leeds United. Leeds also hovering over the relegation zone. So all of these teams, they have to be careful, because it gonna come down to maybe the second to last game of the season or the last game of the season, and then you don't want to be in this dog fight for relegation or to who stay up or who go down. You don't want to in this dog fight. So this game between Leeds and Everton is a very pivotal game, is a very serious game, and Leeds, they're gonna come to fight. So Everton, they better prepare because Leeds gonna come to fight because they want to stay up in the English Premier League. They want to stay up. So they're gonna come with their fight and their fire. Next game. The next game we have is Manchester United versus Arsenal. Arsenal versus Manchester United. This game we're playing at the Emirates. And Manchester United, they want to win. They want to keep up to the Champions League. They want to keep up because they want to play Champions League. Arsenal, they want to win the title. They want to win the title. So, this game is a must win for either team. This game is a game where can either make or break. Because if Arsenal should lose, then they will be in big trouble. And if Manchester United would lose, they will be in big trouble also. But this game, I think Arsenal have the upper hand. They have the better quality team. And they when they rotate, it's like nothing missing, nothing lacking. Because they have two of each player in every position. They have two of each player in every position. But the starting 11 for Arsenal, I think, or we're just assuming or analyzing what Mikel Arteta might do. He might do for his starting lineup. He might start Trossard on the left, Gyökeres in the up front, then you have Saka on the right, then you have Zubamande, then you have Odegaard, then you have Rice. On the left you have Calafiori or Kelly or Lewis Kelly. Then on the right you have Timber or Ben White. Then in the middle you will have Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. That makes up the team with David Raya in goal. So that would be the team. I suspect that Mikel Arteta gonna start tomorrow. On the other hand, Man U, I know Mbomo, Bruno Fernandes. Then you have, Dorgo. Then you have Ahmad Diallo, Martinez, a couple of guys, Casemiro. These guys will coming in for Manchester United. So this game is a very interesting game. This game is a very hard game. This game is a game that where any team could win, but Arsenal have a lot to lose, and I think they're gonna come or gone blazing. This game will be playing at the Emirates. So this game, I'm going with Arsenal. So there you have it. For the At Least Canvas channel. Yes, like, share and subscribe to the At Least Canvas channel, where the athletes display their God-given gift, talent and ability. Until next time, we are out.